Volatile spring conditions will be developing over the country today as a strong cold front reaches our shores. And along with this, the South African Weather Service has issued a series of warnings, the first of which is for a high fire danger over vast areas over South Africa. It's going to be hot and dry and very windy for many places. The second warning is for heavy rainfall developing this evening and into tomorrow over parts of the Western Cape, and this may result in localized flooding for some areas. And finally, there's also a warning for significant snowfalls developing overnight and into tomorrow over the western high ground of the country, and this may result in disruptions, particularly if you're traveling through the region. Now, it's going to remain sunny, hot and dry over the far northern parts of South Africa today, but on the opposite end of the country, the cold front sweeps through, bringing cloudy, very wet and cold conditions, particularly into this evening. Very windy conditions are likely to develop over the central and western interior this afternoon, with near gale force winds expected, and at the same time a band of cloud and isolated thundershower activity will extend from Botswana all the way through to some parts along our eastern coastline. And we can see this on our rainfall probability map, with isolated showers and thundershowers developing in places. Scattered storms are likely around Lesotho. Widespread rain, on the other hand, is expected for some parts of the Western Cape, and rainfall spreads up the western coastline and further inland during the course of this evening. And at the same time, those snowfalls will start developing over the mountainous areas. Now, it's going to be a scorcher of a day, particularly near the east coast of South Africa, where temperatures approach 40 degrees for both Pietermaritzburg and Richards Bay. Very hot once again over the northeastern parts of the country, Mahikeng at 33 degrees, while towards the far west, temperatures are expected to be below 20, especially near the western coastline. Now, for this stretch of the coast, we're expecting northwesterly winds for most of the day ahead of that cold front. Winds will be increasing in speed for Alexander Bay, becoming fresh by this evening. Swells will average at about 4 meters in the open ocean. Fresh to strong winds are expected from the Cape Peninsula all the way through to Cape Agulhas between 45 and 50 kilometers per hour, but they will start decreasing this evening as the cold front moves through and those winds become westerly to southwesterly. Along the southern coastline of the country, moderate wind speeds are forecast. Northerly winds at first for Jeffreys Bay and Port Elizabeth, but those will change to a southwesterly during the early afternoon hours. Swells over this area remaining unchanged with an average height of 3.5 meters. And finally, along the east coast of the country, we're expecting the swells to be about a meter higher than what they've been over the past few days. Northeasterly winds expected from Richards Bay all the way through to East London, but during the mid-afternoon hours, a southwester starts to develop around the East London area. High tide is expected shortly before 4 o'clock.
News that moves. eNCA.com.